Wife claimed she was with her sister. The phone vibrated against the kitchen counter, its buzz slicing through the stillness of the late evening like a blade. I froze, my hand hovering over the half-chopped onion, the sharp sting of it already pricking my eyes. The screen glowed with my wife's name, Lila, and a message that made my stomach lurch. Staying late with Sarah. Don't wait up. My jaw tightened. Sarah, her sister, was sprawled across my couch not 10 feet away, laughing at some half-forgotten sitcom. Her sneakers kicked off and a glass of wine in her hand. The air grew heavy, thick with the acrid scent of onions and something darker. Doubt. I forced a smile as Sarah glanced over, her hazel eyes catching the light. "Everything okay, Mark?" she asked, her voice casual, unaware of the storm brewing in my chest. I nodded, swallowing the urge to demand answers. Lila had been distant lately, her laughter rarer, her eyes dodging mine at dinner. I'd chalked it up to stress, to her long hours at the gallery, but now the pieces shifted, jagged edges refusing to fit. I typed a quick reply. "Okay, love you," and set the phone down, my fingers trembling. The lie sat between us, invisible but suffocating. The apartment felt smaller as the night wore on. Sarah's presence, once comforting, now grated against my nerves. Every chuckle from her, every clink of her glass, amplified the questions clawing at my mind. Where was Lila? Who was she with? The city outside hummed. Car horns, distant laughter, the faint wail of a siren. But inside my thoughts screamed louder. I remembered the late nights she'd blamed on work, the perfume that clung to her coat, unfamiliar and sharp. I dismissed it, told myself I was paranoid. But Sarah's presence was undeniable proof, a crack in the foundation of our marriage I couldn't ignore. "You sure you're okay?" Sarah asked again, her brow furrowing as she muted the TV. Her voice was soft, but it carried an edge like she sensed the shift in me. I hesitated, the truth teetering on my tongue. "Your sister's lying to me. She's not with you." But saying it would make it real, and I wasn't ready for that. Instead, I mumbled something about a long day and retreated to the bedroom, leaving Sarah to her show. The bed felt too big, the sheets cold against my skin. Lila's pillow still held the faint scent of her lavender shampoo, and I pressed my face into it, chasing the ghost of her. Sleep wouldn't come. My mind replayed every moment. The way Lila's smile had faltered last week when I asked about her day, the unanswered calls, the way she'd started locking her phone. I got up, pacing the hardwood floor, its creaks echoing like accusations. I checked her location on my phone, a habit I'd sworn I'd never stoop to. The app showed her at the gallery, but the timestamp was hours old. My heart pounded, a dull ache spreading through my chest. I wanted to believe her, to cling to the woman I'd married, the one who'd danced with me in the rain on our third date, who'd promised forever under a sky bruised with stars. The next morning, Lila slipped through the door at dawn, her hair slightly mussed, her eyes heavy with something I couldn't name. "Morning," she said, her voice too bright, too practiced. She kissed my cheek, but it felt perfunctory, like a line in a script. I watched her move through the kitchen, pouring coffee, avoiding my gaze. "How was Sarah?" I asked, my tone neutral but my pulse racing. She froze, just for a second, before turning with a smile. "Great. We just caught up, you know. Girl talk." Her lie was seamless, but I saw it now. The flicker in her eyes, the way her fingers gripped the mug too tightly. I could have confronted her then, let the truth spill out like blood. But I didn't. Instead, I nodded, my throat tight with unsaid words. The day passed in a haze of normalcy. Breakfast, small talk, her laughter filling the gaps, but every moment was a thread unraveling. That night I followed her. The city was a blur of neon and shadows as I trailed her car to a dimly lit bar on the edge of town. Through the window, I saw her, radiant and unguarded, laughing with a man whose hand rested too comfortably on her arm. My chest burned, not with anger but with a hollow grief, as if I'd already lost her. I didn't go inside. I drove home, the weight of her betrayal settling into my bones. Sarah called later, her voice hesitant. "Mark, I need to tell you something. Lila, she's been seeing someone." I didn't know how to say it. Her words were a knife, but they weren't the wound. The wound was Lila, sitting across from me now, oblivious to the truth I carried. I looked at her, searching for the woman I loved, and found only questions. "Who were you with last night?" I asked, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Her face crumpled, and in that moment I knew. The truth wasn't just betrayal, it was the end of us. But as her tears fell, a twisted part of me wondered if I could forgive her, if love could outlast the lies. The answer hung between us, unspoken, as the world I'd built around her collapsed.